Have you ever set that 5 a.m. alarm filled with motivation the night before, only to hit the snooze button 10 times, feeling like a total failure before your day has even begun? Or maybe you're the opposite. You try to work out after your long day at work, but by 6 p.m., you're so mentally drained. The only reps you want to do are lifting a fork to your mouth on the couch. We are constantly told that successful people wake up at dawn, that the morning is the only time to be productive. But when it comes to the gym, is that actually true? Does when you train matter as much as how you train? This is one of the biggest, most persistent questions in fitness. Should I work out in the morning or in the evening? Most channels will give you a simple, vague answer. Not today. Today, we are diving deep into the science of your internal body clock, your circadian rhythm, to see how it really affects muscle gain, fat loss, and your energy. And the surprising truth is, yes, the time of day does scientifically impact your results. But the best time is not what you think. It's a battle between what's biologically optimal for your body and what's logistically practical for your life. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to build the perfect schedule for you, backed by real data. Let's get into it. Before we can pick a best time, we need to understand why time matters. The answer is a field of science called chronobiology. You have a master clock in your brain, and nearly every cell in your body has its own little clock. Together, they create your circadian rhythm. This isn't just about sleep. This 24-hour cycle governs everything: your mood, your hunger, your hormones, and yes, your athletic performance. Let's look at 3 key factors. First, your core body temperature. When you wake up, your body temperature is at its lowest. This is why you feel stiff and cold. As the day goes on, it rises, peaking in the late afternoon, around 4 to 6 p.m. Why does this matter? A warmer body means more flexible muscles, better enzyme activity for energy production, and faster nerve conduction. Think of it as a natural, built-in warm-up. Second, morning hormones. When you wake up, your body gets a surge of a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol gets a bad rap as the stress hormone, but in the morning, it's essential. It's what wakes you up. It's catabolic, meaning it breaks things down, and this can be good. It mobilizes energy, like glucose and fatty acids, from your stores to get you moving. This is key, and we'll come back to it. Third, evening hormones. In the late afternoon and evening, this hormonal picture flips. Cortisol levels drop, and the ratio of testosterone to cortisol, the T to C ratio, is often seen as more anabolic or muscle building. Your body is less in a breakdown state and more in a build-up state. So just from this, we can already see a conflict. The morning seems primed for energy mobilization, fat burning, while the evening seems primed for peak physical performance, muscle building. So which one wins? Let's look at the evidence. Let's first make the case for team morning. The number one undefeated advantage of a morning workout is not physiological, It's psychological. It's the done advantage. Think about your day. After 8, 9, 10 hours of work, how many new obstacles have popped up? An unexpected deadline. A text from a friend needing help. Your car making a weird noise. Your own willpower is a finite resource. It gets depleted by every decision you make, every email you answer. By training first thing, you protect your workout from the chaos of life. You do the hardest thing first, and you ride that wave of accomplishment, that win, for the rest of the day. From a habit formation perspective, this is powerful. A study from the European Journal of Social Psychology on habit formation found that consistency of the cue, like your alarm, is what builds automaticity. The morning provides the most consistent, distraction-free environment. The second big pro is a potential edge in fat burning. Remember that morning cortisol? When you wake up, you're in a fasted state. Your insulin levels are low. When you exercise in this state, your body can't rely on the easy glucose from a recent meal. It has to tap into its stored energy. And the research supports this. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition had one group eat breakfast before running and one group after. The group that ran in a fasted state before breakfast oxidized or burned significantly more fat. But there are cons. The biggest con for the morning is that you are objectively weaker. Your core temp is low, your muscles are stiff, and your nervous system is still booting up. Countless studies, including many in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, show that anaerobic power, like for sprinting, and muscular strength are significantly lower in the early morning compared to the afternoon. You just can't recruit as much muscle fiber. You're not going to be setting new personal records on your deadlift at 6 a.m. So, morning is pro, amazing for consistency and habit. Pro, a potential edge for fat oxidation. Con, you are physically at your weakest. Now, let's talk about team evening. If the morning is about consistency, the evening, specifically the late afternoon between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., is about peak physical performance. Pro number 1, you are a better biological machine. This is when all those factors we discussed align. Your core body temperature is at its absolute peak. Your muscles are warm and pliable. Your reaction time is faster. Your grip strength is stronger. Your perception of pain is even lower. This isn't just a small difference. A comprehensive review by Kuzma and colleagues found that for strength and power-based activities, performance can be significantly better in the late afternoon. What does this mean for you? It means you can lift heavier weights, push out more reps, and run faster. For muscle hypertrophy, growth, the primary driver is progressive overload. If you can lift heavier in the evening, you are applying a greater muscle-building stimulus. This is the optimal window to train for strength and size. Pro number 2, that muscle-building hormonal ratio. As we mentioned, the anabolic TC ratio is more favorable. You're less catabolic, breaking down, and more anabolic, building up. While the long-term effects of this short-term hormonal shift are still debated, it's another point in the optimal for muscle column. But what about the big con, the myth? Won't it ruin my sleep? This is the #1 reason people avoid training at night. They think getting amped up will lead to insomnia. This is, for most people, a myth. A major 2019 review published in the Journal of Physiology looked at all the studies and found that evening exercise did not disrupt sleep as long as you avoided high-intensity, height exercise within 1 hour of your bedtime. In fact, for many people, it improved sleep. The post-exercise cool-down of your body temperature can actually trigger sleepiness. A good weightlifting session can also be a fantastic stress reducer, helping you decompress from the workday. So the real con of evening training isn't biological. It's the same as the morning's pro, life. It's the psychological fatigue from work and the social pull of friends and family. So, evening is pro, peak physical performance for strength and muscle. Pro, a better anabolic environment. Myth bust. It doesn't ruin sleep if you do it right. Con, psychologically harder to stay consistent. So, we have a clear conflict. Morning, best for consistency, habit. Evening, best for performance gains. How do you choose? You choose based on your primary goal. If your #1 goal is fat loss, my answer? Morning. Why? For fat loss, consistency is 90% of the battle. The psychological done advantage of a morning workout is the most powerful tool you have. The slight edge from fasted state fat oxidation is just a bonus. Getting it done before your day can sabotage you is the key to building the long-term calorie deficit you need. If your #1 goal is muscle gain or strength, my answer? Late afternoon/evening. Why? You are physiologically superior at this time. To build muscle, you must progressively overload. Being able to lift heavier and harder, as supported by the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, gives you a direct biological advantage. You will simply get a higher quality, more intense stimulus. But here is the real worst time to train. The biggest mistake you can make isn't training at 6 a.m. or 8 p.m. It's training at 6 a.m. on Monday, 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and 12 p.m. on Friday. Inconsistency is the real enemy. Here's why. Your body is brilliant. It adapts to a consistent schedule. If you always train at 6 a.m., your circadian rhythm will actually shift. Your body will learn to raise your core temperature and release alertness hormones in anticipation of your workout. This is called an anticipatory phase shift. You become a morning person biologically. The same is true for the evening. Your body prepares for that 5 p.m. session. But if your schedule is random, your body is always in a state of jet lag. It never adapts. You're always in a suboptimal state. You'll feel weak in the morning and sluggish in the evening. So, the best time is the time you can hit consistently 4-5 days a week. A good workout you do every day is infinitely better than a perfect workout you skip half the time. I know that feeling. You read an article that says 6 a.m. is for winners, and you feel guilty for being a night owl who loves training after work. Or you're told that PM workouts are optimal, and you feel like you're failing because you have to train in the morning before the kids wake up. Let's end that guilt right now. The slight physiological edge of evening training is useless if you're too exhausted from work to even get to the gym. The slight fat-burning edge of a morning workout is worthless if you truly hate it and quit after 3 weeks. Stop searching for the perfect time and start building the consistent time. Here is the final answer. The best time to work out is the time you can protect, enjoy, and repeat indefinitely. Look at your life, your work, your family, your energy levels. Find the 60-minute window that has the least friction. Whether that's 6 a.m. or 9 p.m., claim that time. Make it non-negotiable. And then show up consistently. That is how you get results. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you on team morning or team evening? And, more importantly, why does that time work for your life? Let's share our experiences and strategies in the comments. If this video helped you stop feeling guilty about your workout schedule and gave you clarity, do me a favor and hit that like button. And for more science-based, no-nonsense fitness guides to help you get smarter together, make sure to subscribe to Quevo. Thank you for watching. Now, go train, whatever time it is.